One thing that makes sports great is the storyline, the heat of competition and battle intertwined with the art of storytelling. It's what we do as sports journalists. This year's men's basketball team at Marquette has all kinds of narratives, whether it be the flashy point guard that's a threat anytime he steps over half court, an explosive scorer that puts up points in a hurry. Listed at a generous height of 5'11", how far can he lead this team? Or is the story the duo of Wisconsin natives, the Stevens Point area senior high brothers, or should I say the Spash Bros? They probably just go by Sam and Joey, but at 6'8" and 6'9", they're versatile enough to play and defend almost every position on the floor, and they can sure hit that three ball. But I'm not convinced that's the major storyline right now either. I happen to be studying abroad in Athens next semester, so it's fitting that through 2 games, the one player that's been the story to me is built like the mythological Hercules himself. His name derived from the Greek term theos, meaning related to God or deities, and whether you believe in the man above or not, you can't deny his presence above the rim. Am I right, Jesuit institution fitting? Anyway, sophomore Theo John is shooting an absurdly efficient clip of 89% from the field. Pair that with almost 10 points, 7 boards, and a couple blocks per game in only 17 minutes, and you've got a legit center that can impact the game on both ends of the court at a high rate. It's early, I know, but he's shown to be a rim protector, a beast on the boards, much improved in terms of his skill with that smooth post jump hook, and he can even hedge or switch on the pick and roll as a capable perimeter defender. If Theo John can just clean up his foul trouble issues and maybe get his free throw percentage up a few notches, this program has its big men for the next 3 years. Call me a prisoner of the moment, but the talent level at the guard, wing, and now post position, come March, the rest of the country better watch out, because Theo John and the Golden Eagles will be soaring high.
The first round of the NCAA Women's Volleyball Division I Tournament live from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Dan Abington, Jack Phillips, alongside me, Chris Reisner, and we are set for a match. The Marquette Golden Eagles taking on the High Point University Panthers. Gentlemen, it's the second match in this doubleheader. How are we feeling?
I'm feeling phenomenal, Chris. It's going to be an incredible day of volleyball. Marquette, one of the top seeds in the nation, and High Point, a really challenging team for Marquette as well.
To add on to what Dan just said, I mean, we broadcasted a game earlier today, and I'm feeling even better in this now number 2 broadcast of the evening, and I'm ready to get going.
The Marquette Golden Eagles enter this matchup as the number 14 seed in the NCAA tournament. They're the 15th ranked team in the country overall. They've had a lot of success this season, 26-6 overall record. They finished second place in the Big East Conference to Creighton and lost to them in the Big East Championship. But overall, Marquette, this is a high-powered offense. They lead the country in a lot of different statistics, and a lot of that reason for success has to do with their junior outside hitter, Allie Barber.
Well, you want to bring up Allie Barber, obviously the reigning Big East Player of the Year back in 2017. She's averaging 4.57 kills per set. She leads the team in that. And similar to how Jordan Thompson in the game against with the Cincinnati Bearcats, she actually, although she led the team in kills as well, she also led the team in errors. Just like Allie Barber does, she actually has 109 errors on the season as well. Although she has 0 service aces and errors, she has yet to serve in a match this season. And obviously she has 4.78 points per set. So if you want to talk about someone who's really been impactful on the Marquette team, although you have stars like Hope Porch, like Jenna Rosenthal, and even like Lauren Speckman, the obvious answer to pick for the Golden Eagles is Allie Barber.
And when we look on the opposition side, the High Point University Panthers, give you some context to this team. They went 21-9 overall. They actually started off 1-5 with a very difficult non-conference slate, but they were 14-2 in the Big South Conference. And Dan, today, High Point might be reaching a little bit of a low point because it seems that they're going to be without one of their best players, Molly Livingston.
Yeah, Livingston has been the key to their entire team all season long. Senior middle blocker out of Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. The 2018 Big South Conference Player of the Year. 3-time All Big South first team. She was an AVC All Southeast Region honorable mention. Team leader in kills, blocks, and hitting percentage. And she's on crutches today. So that's an incredibly huge loss for this High Point team, especially when going against such just being short of words, a gigantic Marquette team.
And I won't try to recredit my words to be my own words that were Dan's clearly, but just to add on to Dan just a tiny bit, obviously it seems like Livingston's not going to get the homecoming here in Wisconsin that she originally wanted.
1 point also worth mentioning. This is the first matchup in history between High Point University and Marquette. But head coach Ryan Meek for the High Point University team, it's his first season, and even though this is the first matchup between the two teams, he is all too familiar with the Marquette Golden Eagles.
Yeah, Coach Meek used to be an assistant at Creighton, so he was an assistant coach under Coach Booth there, and Creighton seems to have Marquette's number in a lot of different years, especially against head coach Ryan Tice. We saw this season both regular season matchups went to Creighton, and then the Big East championship, Creighton defeated Marquette. So Coach Meek sort of has a bit of a roadmap to how to beat Marquette, and if he's able to.
Found her way to finish over the much taller lot. Now King takes it in, unable to draw a foul. And now Johnson the other way. Little hesitation. Was defended well by Van Clunen. Now Dimitrievich inside to Lassen. Counter move, draws the foul. Nice footwork from Ali Lassen. Lassen is the all-time leader in terms of single-season field goal percentage for this program. Was a very efficient 57% from the field last season. Can't connect on the first free throw. This is the second game in a row to start this season in which Marquette had a bit of a slow start, giving up the lead early, but they're able to respond rather quickly. In their opener against Morgan State, it was 9-0 before the Golden Eagles made a bit of a run of their own and tied it up at 13. The pause and play there was as the officials were reviewing the last play. Chloe Murata will be tagged with the foul. And Lassen connects on the second. Van Clunen operating in the post again. Another left-handed jump hook from Van Clunen. Seems like she's been working on that post game. Lassen, same move. But this time she's hit with the travel. Cameron Taylor checked into the game. Taylor made a huge impact in the opener against Morgan State. Marquette was struggling to find offense. Taylor checks in a few minutes later. They find themselves up 13. Another travel. Lott changed her pivot foot before putting the ball down. You see King in the corner, just absolutely hugging Johnson as Dimitrievich connects on the jumper. Taylor looking for King. King takes it in. Nice dish to Lott, who's wide open. That time Lott can't connect. A rare miss. Taylor on Lassen, and wow. Jab, step, spin move, left hand finish for Lassen. Jordan King long on the baseline jumper. Dimitrievich slicing through the defense, out to Fisher. And a nice physical box out and rebound from Taylor. Now King looks at the clock, sees The shot clock has been turned off. She'll hold for one most likely. Calls number one. 5 seconds left on the clock. King, step back three. That one's long, and that shot won't count by lot. So after one quarter, it's a tie game, 17 all. Just about ready to resume play for quarter number two. It's a tied game. Marquette 17, St. Francis Brooklyn 17, your leading scorer thus far. Selena Lott, 8 points, 3 of 4 from the fields, including 2 trays. Van Clunen has 6 of her own on the side for St. Francis Brooklyn. They have held Jade Johnson to 0 points. She's a top 10 all-time scorer in this program. So you can tell they are keying on her and right on cue. You weren't going to hold Johnson scoreless for long. She executes a nice backdoor cut, gets an easy layup. So Johnson's on the board with 2. And Allie Lassen has been phenomenal. 9 points in that first quarter. Operating solely in the post as Taylor finishes strong and gets the N1. Coach Megan Duffy is very high on Cameron Taylor. 6'2" freshman out of Peoria, Illinois, converts the three-point play. Good afternoon and welcome to a broadcast of NCAA Division I Women's Lacrosse. Today, the Marquette Golden Eagles play host to the Central Michigan Chippewas live from the Dome at Valley Fields. Chris Reisner on the call, flying solo, bringing you the action. And today, Marquette will look to enact some revenge on these Chippewas who took them down last season. To give you some context of how these teams stack up coming into today, Marquette has had a strong start to the season. They're coming off of a few victories. An impressive one came against the Cincinnati Bearcats. They also hung in there against the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, a ranked opponent early on this season. Marquette has played several more games than these Chippewas have early on this season. Just 3 games completed so far for Central Michigan, whereas Marquette has participated in 7 games. They boast a 4-3 overall record. And winning the first draw control will be the Chippewas. A 1-2 overall record coming into today's match for Central Michigan. That one win came rather convincingly, a 14-2 victory over the Butler Bulldogs. In the maroon is Central Michigan. In the white are the Marquette Golden Eagles. Making a run inside was Carlin. .40 seconds remain on the shot clock here in the first possession. Inside, on the run and scoring the goal, it's Tyra Prince. And Tyra Prince puts the Chippewas on the board first. 1-0 in favor of Central Michigan. So just 1 minute and 7 seconds into play.
Tyra Prince scores her 5th goal of the season. As Central Michigan strikes first. 2 relatively young programs here competing today. This time Marquette will take draw control. It's Emily Cooper. She's always strong in there. Marquette a full 75 seconds to work with here in the attacking third. Cutting in and scoring the goal, Lydia Faust, the equalizer.
The Faust goal is her first of the game and 15th of the season. It comes with 28-24 remaining in the first half.
First goal of the game for Faust, her 15th of the season. And it's been such a strong year so far for the sophomore, all the way from Redwood City, California. She saw action in 16 games during her freshman year and has really taken a leap forward here as a sophomore. One of the players on this Marquette squad that can really create her own shot offensively. You've seen her have some highlight reel type goals firing from 20+ yards. She certainly gets some heat. Marquette with their 2nd consecutive draw control, and they'll work around again. Madison Kane looking to find some room. Faust has it again, thought about the shot, working inside, and make that 2 for the sophomore. Lydia Faust gives Marquette the lead just like that.
The Faust goal is her 2nd of the game and 16th of the season. It comes with 27-46 remaining in the first half. Faust, goal number 2, 27-46.
27-46 on the clock here in half number 1. Lydia Faust scoring both goals on the side of Marquette. It was Tyra Prince striking first, though.
It's a new season and a new home for Marquette basketball. Welcome to Pfizer Forum.
The thing that's so exciting about today is to see our best supporters here getting a sneak peek at what is, I think, the best basketball building in America.
The new seating design here at Pfizer Forum gives fans a closer experience to the action.
And the fact that we've got so many more seats that are down closer and lower to the floor, I think it's going to really change the sound levels, the engagement level. I think it's going to make it a much more formidable place for visiting teams to have to come in and play.
And a brand new locker room to spend time before they take the court has got the players excited.
Because that's where we spend our most of our time is in the locker room. And we'll be able to socialize in the locker room and bond more as well. And that's probably the biggest thing for us is the locker room.
Here's an inside look at Marquette's training room inside their new locker room. They've got everything state-of-the-art, and here is what fans are seeming to call the big chair. Why it's so big, what it's for, we don't really know, but stay tuned. We'll try and find that out later this season.
The arena is beyond my wildest dreams. They didn't cut any corners. There's amazing attention to detail. And really, whether you're watching the Bucks play or Marquette play or a concert, you're going to be in a facility that only enhances the experience.
From the Pfizer Forum in Milwaukee, I'm Chris Reisner, Marquette Wire Sports.